So I want to make this video, this part two of to keto or not to keto. And this morning is the morning of April 16th, 2014, and I am on a journey in order to increase my perceived social value by April 12th of next year. And part of it involves, doing a nutritional overhaul and losing 100 pounds. That's just part of it. There's other elements that I mentioned in my first video that have to do more about building my confidence in other areas, because that is very important for how you're perceived socially. So this is part two of to keto or not to keto, and I wanted to make this video this morning quickly so that I could share an epiphany that I had. My concern about the keto was not having the abundance of vegetables to meet my daily requirement of calories to keep my energy levels up with the demands of my life, and especially the changes that I'm undergoing right now with starting a new business. Part of that is due to the fact, it's mainly due to the fact of being on an island where I am. As far as my cash flow is another factor. Being on an island poses several challenges. Sometimes broccoli can be as expensive as $2.50 US a pound, and sometimes a tomato can cost almost $1 for tomato, or 75 cents for tomato. It depends on the seasons and how scarce they are. The market is just brutal sometimes, and the cost of fuel and transportation and things like that. So I know that in response to this need, I intend to start a garden, and I've done a lot of research and spent a lot of time. It's been several years now, actually, and I just need to get that started. That'll be one of my goals. But in the interim, do I eliminate grains and high glycemic carbohydrates altogether and attempt to my best ability to eat according to the ketogenic diet, or do I take a more moderate approach according to what I am able to afford and supply for myself? So these are the things that I've been grappling with for a couple of days now, and since yesterday I have had an epiphany, and I've thought this morning about my approach at food. How do I look at food? Is food something that some type of economic thing where it's like I get just enough, like the whole calories in, calories out mindset, or are there certain types of foods that are just April foods that are just for me, or are there certain types of foods that is just not considered food for someone like me, for me, because of my genetic makeup and my makeup and family history and things like that. So I'm considering the latter option, because I guess in some circles it's called abstemiousness. It really simplifies everything, and that's the idea that you abstain from what is not good for you, and you don't ever get a little bit of it. You just eliminate it. Gary Tobe, in a video I watched on YouTube, described, simple carbohydrates or he likened it to crack. Like you don't just have a little bit of crack once in a while. If you're a crack addict, then you don't have any crack. And so I had to ask myself, am I a carb addict? And is it that drastic? And there were some other euphemisms or some other analogies that the people make to it, and to viewing carbs and doing this lifestyle change. So I'm just thinking, do I have to approach it that way?